Send them back to Bernie. Send them back. Remember when they took over the microphone for Bernie, right? They took over the microphone. I'd get them out of here. Go ahead, get them out. You see where they place themselves? Right in front of the cameras. See that? That's all they care about. Disgusting, right? Right in front of the cameras. I'd get them out now. See where they put themselves? Right smack under the cameras. It's frankly disgusting. And then they say on the shows, it's terrible the way you treat. We didn't treat anybody. USA, USA, USA. I love it. I love it. All right, so you got to get out to vote. Let me give you a brief. You have little Marco Rubio. Guy hasn't shown up to vote. He's like setting a record for the least votes in the history of the U.S. Senate. He's weak on illegal immigration. He's in favor of amnesty. I think you can forget about him. Florida does not like him. I won't tell you what the polls are, but it's looking pretty good in Florida for me. I think we're up 21 points, so that's good. You have Lion Ted Cruz. Lion Ted. Lion Ted. He walks in. You know, from Canada. He comes right out of Canada. Spent his first 4 years in Canada. He was a Canadian citizen until 16 months ago. So you have Lion Ted. He holds the Bible. And by the way, do you see I'm winning the evangelical vote all the time? All the time. I love the evangelicals. I love the Christians. And by the way, they are chipping away at Christianity in this country. You know, if I say something about another religion, we go through hell. You say something about Christianity, no problem. That's not going to happen anymore, folks. And you know what? And you know what? Come Christmas time, because if we have a good November, like a really special November, even though I won't quite be there yet, we will be there psychologically and mentally. Come Christmas time, we're going to all be saying, Merry Christmas. It's going to be back. You ever notice these stores, you don't see Merry Christmas? They took it off. I say, why don't you have it? Well, it's not really the right thing. It's going to be the right thing, believe me, folks. It's going to be the right thing. So we have Lion Ted Cruz. So Ted comes in with a Bible, holds it high, and he talks. You know, he's a good debater, bad talker. Do you ever notice? He debates, wah, wah, boom. And yet I beat him in every debate according to the polls. Can't talk. So what happens is Lion Ted lifts up the Bible, puts down the Bible, and then starts lying. And even Rubio said, you're a liar. And when a politician, senator, says that to another politician, I said, finally, I have cover. Remember what Ted Cruz did in Iowa to Ben Carson, who endorsed me, by the way. We love Ben. We love Ben. Ben was going forward with the race, no problem. And Ted said, he's out of the race. He's out of the race. And you know why he's doing badly with evangelicals? Because evangelicals are smart. And evangelicals do not like liars, okay? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They saw that. Actually, he did the same thing with Rubio. He said, Rubio is out of the race in Florida. He just did it like a couple of days ago. They actually have memos. By the way, is he out of the race? Pretty close, right? But I would never say that. So look. Then we have Kasich. Nice guy. Says he's really nice. Never mixes it up. He's the nice person, wonderful guy. You know what he said? He was on one of the shows today. I think he was on, like, whatever, Meet the Press, one of them. And they asked him about Trump. What do you think of Trump? Well, I don't see his rallies. Well, if he doesn't see my rallies, he's the only one that does it, right? But then he said something that was sort of amazing. And we all like sports, and we love sports, right? But you know, he said, well, what do you think of the, what do you think of this? And what do you think of what he said here? He said, honestly, I don't watch television except for one show. I only watch the Golf Channel. I said, what? Now, I love golf, but I don't get to watch the Golf Channel. I don't want a guy that watches the Golf Channel and nothing else. He actually said, I only watch the Golf Channel. So look, here's the bottom line on him. He approved NAFTA. He voted for it. It was a disaster. He's approving TPP. He's totally in favor of it. It's a disaster. It's going to kill our country. It's going to kill Ohio. It's going to knock out the car industry in Ohio. It's going to hurt whatever you have left in Illinois because you guys are losing too fast. You're losing too fast. I got to keep you here. Do me a favor. Promise that you'll stay without leaving for 2 more years. I'll get it fixed, okay? I'll get it fixed. You guys owe a lot of money. They owe a lot of money. They keep raising those taxes up, up, up. You know, the problem is eventually everyone just leaves, and they have nothing. They have nothing. So stick around. We're going to make you very happy. Believe me, we're going to bring jobs back. They're coming back from China. They're coming back from Vietnam. They're coming back from all over the world. They're coming back from Mexico. They're killing us at the border. They're killing us with trade. And guess what we're going to do with Mexico? And I love Mexico, and I love the Mexican people. They're great people. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to build a wall, right? We're going to build a wall. It's going to be a real wall. And I won't even ask you. I'll tell you, Mexico is going to pay for the wall, folks, okay? Believe me. You know, you saw the other day, you had Vicente Fox, right? He was on the ex-president, and he was angry. He was being interviewed by CNN, and he was angry. And you know why he was angry? Because he's not getting his way. Hello. Go back home, darling. It's all right, get him out of here. Get him out. See, nobody gets hurt, right? Who gets hurt? So I've had the biggest rallies that people have ever seen, especially this far before the election. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets hurt. But you listen to the thing. I was listening this morning. It almost like these things are death. Nobody's been hurt. Now, sometimes we talk a little bit tough. When I see somebody out swinging his fist, I say, get him the hell out of here. You know, we're a little bit rough. They hate to hear that. They hate to hear that. Why did you act so viciously toward that young person that was really protesting? I say, he wasn't protesting. He was swinging. He was vicious. He was dangerous. They took him out. And you know what? That was okay in that case, okay? They are so dishonest. These people are so dishonest. So here's what's going to happen. So on this stage, I said the other day, very strongly, we're building a wall, and all of a sudden I'm hearing over the last month, Cruz is saying, you know, ba, 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 and we're going to build a wall. I said, where did that come from? And then Rubio says it. And all of a sudden, because you know, I was the only one with the wall. Sheriff Joe Arpaio endorsed Donald Trump. Sheriff Joe. Now, when Sheriff Joe endorses me, that means I'm the one in terms of border. So they come off and they say no wall, but now they're all saying you have to build a wall. Believe me, folks, just like in Iraq, I said we shouldn't have gone into Iraq, and I've said it from the beginning, don't go into Iraq. They try and say, oh, but I had, before it ever went in, I was against because you're going to destabilize the Middle East. Okay. It's a disaster, one of the worst decisions ever made. Obama got us out horribly. But what did I say? Keep the oil, right? We got nothing. We went in, we spent $2 trillion. We lost thousands of lives. We have wounded warriors who I love all over the place. They're incredible people. They're tougher and braver than all of us put together, honestly. These people are incredible. So look. And we left. We're the only ones, you know. We go in, we fight a war, and we leave. We fight a war, we leave. We get nothing. We never get anything. In the old days, we got when we were smart, but we're not smart anymore. We have leaders who are incompetent, who don't know what they're doing, and that's what's going to happen. So here's what we're doing, folks. Here's what we're doing. Number one, we have to win on Tuesday. and I'm counting on Illinois. And we just got a very good poll. I think it was CBS. We're up quite a bit in Illinois, but I don't want to tell you that because I want you to think that we're a little bit down, that you have to go. So we're not up, just relax, okay? We're up a little tiny bit, okay? We're actually up a lot, but I don't want to say it. So look, we got to start by winning because, you know, they can talk about a movement all they want, but a movement is only good if you win. You know, Muhammad Ali, he was a friend of mine, a great guy, still is, but I don't see him anymore. But I used to love him, a special guy. And he used to give the jive. He used to talk. He used to get up there and he'd dance around and he'd say you're an ugly bear. And it was all okay as long as you win. Now, I've had guys and seen guys that talk just as well, but they couldn't fight just as well. And when a guy gets up and talks and then gets knocked on his you-know-what, I'm not allowed to say that because the press doesn't want me to use bad words. Can you believe that's a bad word? Okay, so folks, so he gets knocked on his you-know-what, it doesn't have very good impact. So it only works. So here's the thing. Time Magazine, many, many covers. You know, all my life, Time Magazine, I was on twice. And in the last 4 months, 5 months, I'm on all the time. But I'm not on, we're all on. We're on. Everywhere I go, we have amazing, amazing people. So the most important thing we have to do is on Tuesday, no matter how you feel, I don't care, and I won't go through the whole routine, no matter how you feel, no matter this, no matter that, your wife, your husband, forget it. Who needs it? You've all heard it. You got to get up, you got to go, you got to vote. Because the more we win by, the better it is. And by the way, the more we win by, because it's proportional, the more delegates we're going to get. So you got to get up. You got to get up. Now, so when I came down, we came down the escalator with my wife, and we were talking about two things, primarily. Illegal immigration, by the way, did I take heat or what? Did I take heat? Illegal immigration, we were talking about very strongly. I turned out to be right. You had Kate in San Francisco. You had Jamil in Los Angeles. You had the vet, the beautiful, wonderful 65-year-old woman, a veteran, raped, sodomized, and killed by an illegal immigrant. And it turned out to be a tremendous problem. It is a tremendous problem. That's why we're going to have a real border. And by the way, people are going to come into our country. We want people to come in, but they've got to come in like you, legally, right, my man? Legally. Oh, I'd love to get you up on the stage. I'd love to show them that shirt. I don't know. These guys, I'd love to get him up here. Can I? Come on, bring him up. Just Jimmy, come on. Bring him up. Bring him up. He knows if he makes a move, he's going to get clobbered by these guys. Did you see these guys take the guy down yesterday? Man, they took him down. Thank you. That's great. I didn't think they were going to say yes. And look at him. He's a tough-looking guy. Come on, don't worry. Oops, he has a hard time getting over, but he's fine. Look at this. Come here. Come here. Want to say hello? Say hello. Come on.
I'm surprised I'm up here. I came to this country when I was 5 years old, and my dad went through how to get a citizenship, and we did it by the book. And I'm here because I'm agitated that the media does not separate legal immigration from illegal. People spill out their guts to come here legally, and it's just really a shame that they give you a bad name. You do support immigration.
Totally support, and I support Hispanics, boy.
Thank you.
I support. Great guy.
Thank you.
Great guy, right? And did I ever meet you before? You know, they're going to say, oh, he met him before. They had a meeting last night. No, I just think, I know great people, and I appreciate it. Where did he go? Oh. I thought he might have left. Thank you, man. What's your name? What is your name? Beautiful. Thank you, man. That's so beautiful. I just see him standing with that shirt. And that's what it's all about. So we want people to come in. We want a lot of people. Hispanics in Nevada, I won big, right? Big. And they do polls. And I won with the Hispanics. I'm winning with the Hispanics. Because, you know, when you're Hispanic, first of all, incredible people, unbelievable people. I have right now thousands of Hispanics working for me. They work hard. They're phenomenal.